And we've been talking a lot about RSs this week. That's lingo for something that eventually becomes a piece of legislation or a bill. But how does an RS become a bill? And how does that bill go on to be a law? What even is an RS? What does that stand for? We thought this would be the perfect time to bring back an old favorite of ours to refresh the legislative lingo.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and if they vote for me on Capitol Hill.
Remember that guy? Yeah, he was really helpful to teach us about how a bill becomes, a law in Congress. But this is kind of Washington, D.C. focused, and we want to talk about, how a bill's made in Idaho. Sans music for now. We will get to the musical portion of that. But how does an idea become a law here in the Gem State? First step, an idea is introduced as draft legislation, and it's referred to as an RS, or a routing slip. It begins in either the House or Senate in one of the more than a dozen committees. If the committee votes yes to print the RS, it then becomes a bill, an official bill. And it quickly heads out for assignment in the full chamber it started at the committee level so the House or the Senate. From the chamber floor, the bill is then referred to a committee, maybe the one it came from originally, for review. If it's introduced in the House, it's assigned to a House committee, one that fits. So education bills, those will go to the Education Committee. And that committee can do a lot of things. They can recommend amendments, approve the bill, kill the bill outright, or put it in a drawer where it may never be recalled. Sometimes no action is taken, and that is a pointed decision. Committees, they also hold public testimony before their final votes. If the committee does approve the bill, it goes to the full House or Senate for debate and voting after it's read a few times. A simple majority vote is needed to pass the bill. And if the bill passes in the first chamber, then it goes across the Capitol to the other chamber to follow the exact same process, all over again. So the legislation is transmitted across the Capitol and assigned a committee in the opposite chamber it came from. The other chamber, House or Senate, they repeat the process. They have their committee review, floor debates and voting, and if amendments were added in the second chamber, well, the original chamber, they have to agree with them. So it could simply be sent back to the House to vote on those changes. But this is where you can see some ping-ponging back and forth between the two houses if they can't come to an agreement. If the bill does pass both chambers in identical form, it goes to the governor. The governor can sign that bill into law, he could veto it or reject it, or he can take no action. If the governor vetoes it, the legislature, they can override or undo the veto if 2/3 of them vote to do it. If the governor signs the bill or takes no action, well, that bill becomes an Idaho state law. It's assigned a chapter number and it is printed into Idaho code.